If you look at this beautiful illustration by Maria Mata, who worked with me on this research, you can see on the left a cell with its cytoplasm perfectly organized, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, and so on. On the right, conversely, is a cell invaded, infected. Because plastic behaves like a microorganism, it infects, infected by microplastics. One can observe a state of anarchy where the cellular structures are completely distorted. Here you can see these very interesting experiments on mice, showing that exposure to microplastics alters fetal growth. You might say, well, Ragusa, those are just mice. We can do without mice. But that is not the case, because in humans as well, the amount of plastic found within the placenta is inversely proportional to growth. In other words, the more plastic there is, the smaller the infants are, the smaller their brains are, and the smaller their heads are. And these are humans, they are not mice. Moreover, the amount of plastic present in the human placenta is correlated with premature birth, which is one of humanity's greatest misfortunes. Currently, worldwide, this varies by nation and the degree of development within those nations, but currently, 10% of children globally are born prematurely, and this is a source of dramatic disability across the world. It is the most significant source of disability globally, and this disability is correlated with the amount of plastic present in the mother's placentas. Other conditions, such as cholestasis for instance, which is a significant disease, are also correlated with the amount of plastic in the placenta, as is the fetus's ability to respond to hypoxia. Perhaps you are unaware because you're not obstetricians like me, but for children to be born, they have to go through sort of a dangerous journey, a very perilous journey, and they face hypoxia. The more plastic there is in the placenta and the amniotic fluid, the less capable they are of coping with it. Unfortunately, this study from Hawaii illustrates how the amount of plastic present in placentas has increased dramatically over time. That is to say, if we examine the plastic levels from when I was born in the 1960s, fortunately, there was very little in my mother's placenta. But over time, this number has surged.